Hey kids, Mr. Fabulous here, Santa Fab if you will. This is the third time we've tried to shoot this motherfucking video, so let's hope I can get it right. I hope you can't, I'm not wearing any underwear, I hope you can't see down my ball sack through the leg of my shorts, but you can try if you want, but I'm not wearing any underwear. Listen, on this joyous holiday season, this Christmas Eve, yada yada yada, actually I wanted to take a few serious moments and talk to you about a tradition that Mrs. Fab and I have. A lot of people ask me during the holiday season, what do you guys, are your Christmas shopping done, your Christmas shopping done? And we don't do Christmas shopping anymore. So a lot of the holiday stress that I see a lot of my fellow bloggers have, we don't go through, and we feel pretty lucky about that. See, what used to happen is, we've always been a dual income family with no kids. So as such, we go through the course of the year. If we want something, we buy it. If we see something, we buy it. We need it, we buy it. It's not that big of a deal. So what would end up happening during the Christmas season is we would end up buying all this crap for each other that we didn't need or want really, because if we needed or wanted it, we'd already have it. And so half of it would go unused. A lot of it would get thrown out or given away eventually. And it just seems to be a waste of money for stuff that you'd have to be paying off for a while. So about 10 years ago, we moved to Gainesville, here in Gainesville, Florida. And one of the things about Gainesville that's different than any other place we've lived in South Carolina or in Massachusetts is that Gainesville has a very significantly large homeless population. Of course, people come down to Florida in the winter, the folks who don't have any homes and stuff. And Gainesville is right on 75. There's a very large number of homeless people in Gainesville. So what we do is, starting around, Mrs. Fab's birthday is the 17th. We start usually around the 18th or 19th. And what we'll start doing in the evenings is we'll drive downtown because most of the homeless are situated downtown. That's where most of the church shelters are. It's where the Salvation Army is. It's where the St. Francis House is. There's the old bus station is downtown by the park there. There's some public restrooms. Most of the homeless are pretty much, that's their base of operations or where they come to congregate is downtown. A lot of pedestrian traffic, so to help them with the panhandling and the begging and that sort of thing. So what we do is we'll go down in the evening once it gets dark, and we'll drive around downtown until we see somebody who is, probably homeless. At least they're, that we can tell they're panhandling. They're asking passersby. They're asking people for change or whatever. And what we'll do is one of us will stay in the car. We'll park the car. One of us will stay in the car. We'll take turns, and we'll approach, the homeless person. Usually they will ask us, much like they did everybody else, for, if we had a couple dollars to spare. Whereupon, what we like to do is we like to beat the ever-loving shit out of them. I mean, we fucking wail on these fuckers. Get the fuck out of here! Because a lot of them are from out of town. Most of them are from out of town. No one who lives in Gainesville, no one who's homeless in Gainesville is from Gainesville. You fuck! And usually the nice thing about beating the shit out of the homeless is that they don't get a lot of exercise. They have very poor nutritional habits. They don't eat much. A lot of them are drug addicts and alcoholics. So they go down pretty easy. It's not much of a challenge. They don't put up much of a fight. There's not much of a chance of us getting hurt. I like to use a baseball bat because I used to like to play ball when I was a kid. So in some small way, I guess maybe I'm just trying to relive my glory days by taking their fucking head off with a baseball bat. And I beat them pretty good. Once they're down, you hear don't kick a man when he's down. Fuck no, harder and harder, and just you can hear bones snap. And Mrs. Fab, she doesn't like the bat as much. She's got this aluminum pole that it's thick aluminum, it's heavy, very high strength to weight ratio. She whips that fucking thing around like a ninja. And I'm very. She's killed a couple people, which that's cool. And we each have our own individual flourishes, if you will, that we like to finish our performance off with. I like to take a couple of dollars out of my pocket and stuff it in their mouth. Use your fucking money. You got to be careful though, because usually what you're shooting for when you're giving them the beatdown is that they're unconscious. But if they're not, you got to be careful, because every once in a while they'll try to bite your finger off when you're shoving that money down there. It's happened a couple of times. Luckily, the homeless don't have any dental care, so a lot of them don't have teeth. And if you've done your job right when you're whacking with a baseball bat, one of the first couple of blows should take out their front teeth. So it's never really been too much of a problem. Mrs. Fab is loath to give them any money at all, even after she's cleaned their clock. What she does is she flips them over and yanks down their trousers and sodomizes them with the aluminum pole. And she reasons that it's actually a good thing she's doing, because the homeless don't get a lot of sex. So that fucking with the aluminum pole, she figures that's the best sex they've had in a long time. So, and I can see your point. I just don't. Believe me, I'm the one that's got to clean the fucking pole later, though. Believe me, Men, you know what I'm talking about. You got to clean the fecal matter off your wife's aluminum pole, please. Anyway, that's what we do. We do it right up until Christmas, and it gives us a lot of joy, and it brings us a lot of pleasure. And I bring this video message to you. I'm hoping it'll catch on in other places until every fucking homeless person is dead or afraid to go out on the street, because fuck them. So that's it. Happy holidays, everybody. Bye bye.